Welcome back to MGSTV. I'm your host Winnie Wu, and today we are here with Mr. Professor Augustine, Chairman and CEO of Stellar Management Corp. Welcome to MGSTV, Professor. This is the first ever Macau gaming show. What are your impressions so far?
Oh, I'm very impressed with this show. Very big show, very well organized, and a lot of things to see, and nice people. And I'm also involved in the summit, and I have met a lot of good people with a lot of interesting topics, and I learned a lot from this show and this conference.
Is this your first trip to Macau? If so, what are your impressions? If not, what changes have stood out for you?
This is not my first trip to Macau. I came to Macau 20-some years ago, and it's a big change. Macau has prospered, Macau has expanded, and there are a lot of activities and a lot of riches here and a lot of things to see in Macau. I love Macau, so this is not my first time, and I will return to Macau again.
You are based in both the US and Vietnam. What are some of the differences between doing business in the two countries?
Oh, Vietnam is a small country compared to the US, and especially the economy is much smaller than that of the US. But as a country, we are growing, we are expanding, and we are learning from the US. And US and Vietnam have signed the bilateral agreement about 10 years ago. And then Vietnam has joined the World Trade Organization, and trade between the two countries increased tenfold. And Vietnam is learning from the US, and Vietnam is looking at the US as a serious partner and strategic partner. And the US is considering Vietnam also as a partner, as a trade partner also. So we learn from each other.
Could you tell us a little bit about what gaming opportunities exist in Vietnam?
I'm here to attend the Macau Gaming Show to learn and to share some of the experience I have in Vietnam. Vietnam is very interested in gaming. We have online lotteries, we have sport betting, we have traditional tickets, and we are learning how to develop the casino operations in Vietnam. So in the past several years, there are some efforts to send people to Macau, to Singapore, to the US to learn international best practice. And also we want to learn how to start a business, how to start an industry in Vietnam. Vietnam is definitely will have the gaming industry, not like Macau for sure. But one day, very soon, very near, in the near future, we're going to have activities in Vietnam. So I hope that we learn from you, we learn from the Macau Gaming Show, and we'll bring the experience back to Vietnam and share with our people.
The Ho Tram Grand opened earlier this year. This is Vietnam's first experience with integrated resort. What can you tell us about it?
The government in 2008 allowed an investment company in Canada, the Asian Coast Development, to start the Ho Tram Casino, Ho Tram Integrated Resort. And July this year, 2013, Ho Tram opening up. And right now, Ho Tram is waiting for the government to allow Vietnamese to come and play and participate. It might take some time for the government to allow the locals to play, but Ho Tram has been very active in working with the government to allow Vietnamese to play. And Ho Tram has completed the first stage. They have now a beautiful place. They have 541 rooms, well-appointed rooms, and they have a very nice facility. But they need to have more people to come and play. And then they are very hopeful that in the near future, the government will allow Vietnamese to come.
Professor Augustine, you are an acknowledged expert with decades of experience in areas of economic and infrastructure development in emerging nations. This is particularly relevant to Macau as it has gone through incredibly rapid and sustained growth in the last decade. What issues can you highlight as important to an economy that has growth in such a rapid way?
In any country, you need a stable political system, You need infrastructure to allow economic development. You need social activities. You need infrastructure, especially in countries like Macau, in an island. If you have an infrastructure like, I'm talking about hard infrastructure, your road, bridges, telecommunication, water, that's the basic needs that any government has to provide to its citizens. So Macau has a very beautiful infrastructure here. You see bridges, beautiful bridges. You see roads, and you see the airport, the new airport. You see, the Macau piers. And in the future, I see Macau will have a connecting bridge between Hong Kong and Macau. So countries like Macau or Hong Kong are examples of for other developing countries. And Vietnam is learning from Macau, Singapore, and Hong Kong and try to bring infrastructure in place. But in addition to road bridges and telecommunications, you probably need well-trained people. You need educated people. You need to improve the social, justice to allow people to have equal opportunity to grow and to prosper.
Infrastructure is often thought of as hard national assets such as roads, bridges, electricity grids, and telephone networks. But other less obvious infrastructure items such as robust legal frameworks, a rule of law, and a well-trained workforce can be just as important. What do you see as the key infrastructure shortfalls in Macau that the government should focus on first?
I think there are three areas that any country, any government has to concentrate. First thing is to provide basic needs. We're talking about road bridges, electricity for people. So Macau has that. The second one is to prepare the next generation of leadership. You have to train people today for tomorrow leadership and tomorrow activities and responsibilities. You provide equal opportunity for everybody who wants to learn, who wants to grow. So that's the second part. Number three is how to take Macau into a next step, to grow faster, to grow more, sustainable. You have to have sustainability in order to make sure you prosper and grow. So I think Macau is doing that, So we're talking about education, training, you're talking about universities, you're talking about opportunities to go overseas, to improve, to obtain skills and obtain, different qualifications. So I think Macau and any country like Vietnam will have to do that. Besides providing the infrastructure, we need to upgrade the skill and then also the education level of not a small group of people, but the population.
One of the problematic outcomes of Macau's rapid growth has been a shortage of well-trained executives. What strategies can be employed to address such an issue?
Any country, the shortage of executives, well-trained executives is everywhere. Because when you talk about training, you're not talking about 1 year, 2 years, you talk about a long period of time, And also, because the technology changed, we are living in a new world, the globalization, technology changed, and then you have to change. Yeah, you have to have different skill. Every time you have new technology, you have to have a different set of skill, different set of people. So you have to keep training your people. You have to keep allowing them opportunities to learn new skill, new technology, new knowledge in order to become active in the society.
Professor Augustine, you've worked in over 20 countries for over 3 decades. Which countries have you enjoyed visiting the most?
I love all the countries. I love countries with beautiful, landscape, with culture, civilization, and long history. But in Asia, I love China, I love Vietnam, and Thailand. And those countries, they have long history, they have beautiful culture and nice people. So, but in general, I like to travel, I like to see people. Europe, you have beautiful countries in Europe and South America. So it's difficult to say which one you like best because I love all of them.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Augustine, and we'll see you next time on MGSTV.